Hey folks, welcome back to Street Rust and the 68 Chrysler Newport. Last video on this vehicle, we got everything set up on the carb and the intake. Now we've got to get because we deleted the AC, and I'll explain that here in a second. We've got to get the alternator, because that belt ran the alternator. We've got to get the alternator running around. I guess it's the fan, the water pump, and the main crank of the alternator. Had to get another belt. Let me show you what's going on in here. All right, so AC went here. Had to go because the AC bracket won't fit in here. You can check out the last video on that when we were installing the intake and the carb. Definitely got to get this electric choke. This thing is cold-blooded. Don't want to run until it's totally warm. So what we've got to do, you can see down in here, the AC was here. There was two belts, and the two belts ran down yonder off of that main crank. And this should have had two belts, but on Power Tour, the alternator went out, and all we could find was a 1, so we'll just keep the 1, obviously. So we've got to delete this idler pulley. We've got to get this belt going around the main crank, going around this, and going around the alternator. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to tear all this out, let y'all take a look at it, and then we'll come back and see how we can piece all this stuff together. So I went and did a little research. Here's the belt at O'Reilly's. This is a 7460, pretty cheap belt, $7-8, wasn't too bad. That belt should fit from a inch stand. I think it was like a 43 or 46 inch, something like that. It tells me right here. So that is a 3/8. It's a 46 and 5/8, and that's supposed to be the one for the fan blade, the main crank, and the alternator. And then I did some swapping with a buddy. He just rebuilt that 383 Clyde. He had some extra parts here, and we're going to see if we can get this all making this work. So let me get this ripped apart, and we'll be back. All right, folks, let's get this thing pretty much 9/16, ½ inch, and maybe 7/16. We'll pretty much have this done. We're going to take it all the way out. So let's just get it on. Okay, we got everything out. You guys probably saw that in fast speed, but took the bracket off here. There's two bolts up in there. There was a bolt down here. Now this bolt holds this holder for the spark plug wires. I'll put a shorter one in there. That's probably a 3/8 bolt. This may give us a little option to kind of reroute. We need to reroute the fuel line there for that new carburetor. We'll see how this all looks. Took off the adapter here, the spacer, took off the idler arm, took off the belt. And so here's kind of what it looked like. This was bolted to the block. You've got the thick part here. This bolt ran through all that, held that there. This bolted to the block. And then you had one that came all the way across to wherever that went, and kind of held everything together. So now the goal is to take all of this out, because the alternator was too far back, and use a series of this, and maybe even some of this, you never know when you're doing this, to get that alternator moved forward. Let's get you a shot here, because we need to be lined up with this, the main crank, and the fan, the water pump here. We need to have the alternator out about this far, so we've got quite a ways to move it out. So let me get her set up. Alrighty, folks, we're back. I've been hacking around here quite a bit. I want to show you what I did. Can you clearly see what's wrong with this picture? I went in and just set it up like that so you can see what's wrong. So obviously this bracket worked great, no problem. I've got a small spacer back here. I've got even a bigger spacer way back in here. You can't really see it. And that's a really good solid hookup. I've got lots of adjustment here. It goes into the hole down here, and I've got lots of room to adjust. Obviously, the problem is my pulley setup, because this is an AC. This is set up for an AC car. So at a minimum, I'm going to have to get the deep well that's going to bring this over here. And actually is going to take it down. Let me get a light down here. It should take it down to that next pulley over. I'm going to have to double check that as well. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and get both pulleys. You can see down in there. That's I'm thinking that would line up, but I won't take any chances. If I'm going to get a non-AC water pulley, then I might as well get the main pulley that has the two belts on it. So gonna have to stop for now. Gonna stop for the night. This is inevitable. When you start to customize things, you run into opportunities. So thanks for watching. It'll be probably a week or so before I get the parts in. Be a couple seconds for you. Be a week for me. See you soon. Okay, folks, we're back. Same shirt, but it's about two and a half weeks later. Had to figure everything out, get the parts. Life got in the way. Still got this piece of junk sitting in my garage. Got a really good movie going on too over there. Just for the record, it's Svengoolie. They're showing Frankenstein tonight, so I got a little TV in my garage. Let's see. So let me show you what's going on. All right. As you all know, we deleted the AC bracket because it won't fit in here. That's in the previous video. Had to put a little spacer in here. We got this stuff from Clyde. I got the spacer set up for that. We have taken off the original pulley, which is this guy right here. Okay, and you also see down here below that we have the 4 pulley. Okay, and we need to get rid of this. The back 2 pulleys ran the alternator, and the front pulley ran the water pump, but we don't need that anymore. And I can't, if you watched earlier in this video, you'll see the problem. Then what we tried to do, I got all the parts over here. These are the brackets we've deleted, taken out the AC. Got these from Clyde. This is off like a 71 Dodge truck. We need a single, but this one, look, I think in the video we tried, it's a little too big. It's kind of hidden down there. And of course, this one's not even close because it's got like the 4 bolt pattern. Not saying that wouldn't work. We'll line it up and take a look just in case. But what we have down below here on the main crank has 6. So I ordered, you can see that's me, got this from 440 Source. They're in Nevada, and Clyde had recommended them to me. I went ahead and paid for the double pulley for the bottom crank and the single pulley for the top. Is supposed to work. That's what he's got on his 383. So I didn't want to open this until we could do it together. So I'm gonna get you set up, and let's open this. See what we got. So you're seeing it for the first time, just like I am. All right. Boy, they got that sucker packed up. Remember, never cut toward yourself. Got here. There we go. Oh, there's the receipt. You don't even want to know what I paid for these. Oh, that's some advertisement. Tell you what, guys, you need some. I've heard these folks referred a couple times. You can look at their website. It's 440 Source. They've got some. Well, there's what I paid for it right there. $59.95 for that water pump pulley. That's incredible. I usually don't spend that much money on parts. They've got other Mopar parts. You know, their prices they seem to be fair. They're not extraordinary or anything like that. And usually get some good recommendations. So that was about $138.62 for this package, which blew my budget. Gotta do some more cutting. Dang, I need to sharpen that knife. All right. Good Lord. Got some packing peanuts. Got some beautiful packaging. 440 Source, you did a good job. Packaging's awesome. Hope the parts look as good, because I could care less about the packaging as long as it's intact. All right, here is I want you to see the difference here. Okay, so this is the part we just got. And this is the part off the other truck. They look kind of similar, don't they? But when you look at them from the side, see how different they are? So maybe this one would work with the other bottom crank. We'll have to see. But there's our water pulley crank right there. I'll set it over here out of the way. Then we should have the main bearing crank in here. Well, they packed the heck out of this thing, I guarantee it. For $18 ship and handling, I would expect nothing less. All right, here's the bottom crank pulley. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes. So you can see that there's 6 holes on this one instead of 4 on the other one. This little slot here, I'd read in the description of this is for like it was 71 through something, that the space of the bolt was a little different, so it would allow this one to fit on. That's what that little oval looking, why this hole looks different than these, but should make a difference here. You can see that we've got a little bit of an offset here. I'm guessing that's the water pump, and don't know. We're fixing to find out though. That's pretty nice looking. So, all right, so what do we got to do? We got the new parts. I had to sell a kidney to do that. Looks like we've got to get the main crank off the bottom. Let me see if I can get you down in here a little better. Okay, all right. Oh, let me show you my light. Look at my light. Tell you what, let me just show you this light. Check out this light I got right here. And it's official. And no, I did not buy it at Summit Racing. I bought it at Lowe's. I wanted to show you this. I'm always struggling with light. And I was at Lowe's. And I was doing some lighting stuff for the house. And I saw this. This is a 3-foot LED light. And it was only $16.99. And when you look at the lights you can buy at even Harbor Freight and online at Amazon, they're like $79.99 to get a light. And I just got this little light right here, and It's got a little, it is an LED. It's not fluorescent. When it burns out, just go buy another one. It's got the plug on it, and you can also connect them. And I think I'm definitely going to be putting one up under my workbench over here to go with the flamingo lights. Anyway, I want to show that to you. All right, let's get set up here. Okay, I think I'm going to take off this battery here, the ground cable, just to give you a little better view there. I do have the positive off. I prefer that this doesn't move while I have my hand in there. I don't always do that, but I should. Okay. We have got to get that, first of all, I loosened the power steering. We should be able to get this belt off. Go. We'll have to order a new belt, but that'll definitely work for now. We just basically got to get these 6 bolts out of here. It's a 1/2 inch. Not to booger up my brand new radiator. Woo! You can't see nothing in here. Tell you what, let me get one of them out, show you how easy it is. Not overly difficult here. Well, like you want to spend your time watching an old guy take out 6 bolts, but let me get one out here. It's about there. Pretty basic. There you go. We just got to take out 6 of those and we'll pop that out. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, got her off. You can see that one little offset there. Let's see if I can get you to see these side by side. This is pretty much, you're getting rid of the front one. I don't remember now. We're just gonna have to look. The back 2. I know for sure these back 2. Yes, the back. These were for the AC. I don't remember on these, but one of those is offset, and that's obviously gonna be this one back here. That's offset as well. So anyway. Let's take a peek down in there. Nothing. Well, we're just getting a bunch of pulleys stacked up over here. You know, you try to do one simple thing. You know, put an intake and a carb on, and it leads to all this other stuff, and that's just part of it. So let me get a light down in there. Y'all can see that light. It's kind of flickering in the camera, this LED light. I don't know why, but there's nothing spectacular down there. So I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 new pulleys. I'm going to go ahead and get them on, and then I'll get right back with you and let you see how the belts are going to go on here. Hopefully we got a winner here. I'm running out of options. Alrighty folks, I am back, and these are on. No problems there. It would seem that this one, when you initially fit it over, is going to be too big. It's going to hit the other one, but that's why one of these are recessed right here. So that's what you have there. Why am I not done? Couple issues. First of all, this belt for non-AC at AutoZone was $74.60. It's a Master Pro. And you see it's not on. That's because my fuel filter down in here is in the way. So I'm going to have to move that fuel filter down. I'll have to do some work on this steel line off the fuel pump, but no problem. That belt's going to work great. Here's the problem I ran into here with the power steering pump. You can see it lines up dang good. Not a problem there. But on this pulley, it ran off of this one, which was the smaller one. You're talking probably 1/2 inch there. And there is just absolutely no way that this belt it's too small. I've taken the bolt out down here. I've got, I can move this thing up all the way as far as it will go. It just absolutely isn't going to fit. So parts storage are closed. It's after 9 o'clock. I'm just going to have to go down there with this belt, and I'll have them check one power steering belt without AC and see if it's about a ½ inch longer, we'll snag it. If not, we'll just have to find one that'll work. I did go through all of my spare belts. If a belt's not broke, I don't throw it away because it'll work in an emergency situation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap up tonight. I'm going to go ahead and move that fuel filter down. That's about all I can do. I don't want to put the fan blade back on. It's just so much easier to put these belts on with that gone. I'm going to go ahead and put that back on, even though I've got the electric fan. And even though, let me show you what I got. I think I showed you this before. Let me show you what I got in the trunk. Even though I have electric fans, that big electric fan we put on during Hot Rod Power Tour, I've actually got, this is off that Chevy square body. And I think I could probably, I would be comfortable with leaving the, fan blade off if I had those dual fans. But I need to wire it in with the relay, not this rinky-dinky on the road stuff I got. That'll come, okay? What I need to do now, I need to finish this up. I'd hope to be done tonight, Saturday night, so I can get a video out. It's not going to work. After church tomorrow, I'll run down and get a belt, get this whipped together. We'll crank her up. Let's take a look at it. We'll call it and get a video out. So we'll see you in the morning. See you tomorrow after church. Bye. All right, folks, we're back. I believe we got a working solution after going to, it's already Sunday night. So I spent the afternoon running to AutoZone. They sent me to the hub. O'Reilly's, they sent me to the hub. Believe it or not, I wound up finding someone who would actually listen to me. When you go in to these auto parts stores, and I'm sorry, yes, even O'Reilly's, and they can't type in a number, they're lost. They have no clue what they're doing. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. So bless your heart if you work there. If you do know what you're doing, thank you. I appreciate you very much, but I had a rough time today. I literally spent about 3 hours. But actually, Advanced Auto Parts, I came up with a belt that's slightly longer than this one. And yes, I've already tried it, so yes, it will work. Let me get you in here and see what we're doing, okay? All right, so here's what we know. We know that this power steering belt that came off it will not work because we know that on the OEM crank pulley, the power steering went off this lower one, so the belt was smaller. On the new pulley down here, it is driven off a big one, so we had to have a slightly bigger belt. So, doesn't seem too difficult, right? Well, you think not. But the good news is, this is a Dayco, got an Advanced Auto Parts. The 15450, I believe, is sold. It's just a common number. Might even be on the belt. Let me take a look here. Yes, 15450. I think that's a common number across Gates and Dayco and everything. But anyway, I think we got a good working solution here. Fits on there pretty nicely. I got a ton of stuff I got to get tightened up here. Let's see. I believe we're 9/16, right? Yep. Let's give her a little tightening there. Oh yeah, gotta go that way. Gotta go that way. Okay. Shouldn't be overly difficult here. Okay, got that one. Got that one. I got to get a socket, I believe, to get to this one down in here. Yes, I do. Yeah, I might be able to get this. I might be able to get her. Oh, it's already tight. Oh, yeah. All right. That's going to work. That's going to work. All right. So, ought to work, huh? This is what it looks like finished. We've gone through all this bracketology. Might put a sleeve in here later just to dress that up a little bit. We've got the fuel pump, the fuel filter moved down out of the way. We've got the alternator, water pump, main crank. That's that belt. Now we've got the power. Here's the power steering belt we just put on here. I'm gonna leave the fan blade off for now. Just moving the vehicle around, and I've got this big electric fan on here. I can use that if I need it. It's just wired in hard with a switch. But hey, got a little treat for y'all to kind of wrap this up. Anyway, I will get the video started because I want you to see that the alternator is charging it. So that's the last thing we'll do. But anyway, you know that my air cleaner was setting too low and was hitting, and while I was at AutoZone today, I actually ran across this little gem, and believe it or not, it was only $12.99. I make that sound cheap. I mean, $12.99, buy a lot of food, right? Anyway, this is for, well, it says it on here. It's for all carburetors. Oh, stay with me. Okay, so it is for air cleaners with 5 1/8 neck, which is pretty common. But the bottom line is, you get it with a series of spacers. There's 3 different spacers in here. You can see, and what I've already decided, I've kind of fit it, is I'm going to go with this one right here because it works the best. So I've got my gasket on here. I also put a little bolt in here because I can't screw this out far enough. Remember if you watch my other videos, we had to do a lot of adaptation there to make all this do what it was supposed to do. So the kickdown has a gap in here, so I put a bolt in there to kind of catch that when it comes back. All that is yet to be tested. So we've got that. Let's grab the air breather here. Bear with me. I'm doing this one-handed. Let's go ahead and get this set on there. Okay, and you can see that spins freely. I've got a gasket in the bottom. I may look for another gasket to put in there on that, but not right now. I'm gonna leave that like that. But here's the little surprise I got for you. You remember that sticker that Claude gave us? There you go, right there. Now, I was looking at this sticker, and I'm like, okay, so I want to read 383, it goes like that. If I want to read 4-barrel, it goes like that. So, I don't know. I thought about cutting it, but I'm like, nah. You know what? It's important to me. It was a gift from Clyde. I don't want to cut it up, and I think it looks great. It kind of pops in there. I am not going to trim this stud yet because I want to get a better spinner for this. For right now, we just got this. And Mr. Gasket, come on. Could you get a cheaper wing nut? It's not even a solid piece of metal. It's just stamped out and formed up. And anyway, it'll do the job for now. We'll get that tightened down. There you go. There you go. So that's what we got there. So I'm gonna kind of just do a double check on everything. We'll get this started up. I'll get it started up and come back, and we'll make sure the alternator over yonder is charging the lightning box, if you will, the battery over here, and we ought to be good to go. I can get this out of the garage tonight so Mama can get her car in here because it's cold. And whoo, look at this piece of junk. Yeah, that's another video I'm working on, but this is the one I want to be working on. So we'll be right back. All right, battery. It's at, oh, I got the terminals backwards. It was showing negative something. I'm like, what? Okay, so we're at 12.47 right there. That's right where we ought to be. Charged battery. Haven't started this thing in a day or two now, so let's see what we got. Definitely need to get that choke wired in, and that'll be another. But you know, I see it. Actually, it doesn't look bad depending on what angle. I was looking at that power steering. Tell you what, though, it just sits there and does what it's supposed to do. Alternator charging. We're at 13. We're flopping around there a little bit. We're flopping quite a bit. But a lot of that flopping around is going to change when we change the distributor to ATI. We'll get rid of the ballast resistor and all that mess down in there and get this kind of cleaned up. But I tell you what, folks, here we go. Come on now. It's kind of hard to get my hand in here now. No stumbling. All right, a little smoother as it warms up. Like I said, I don't have the choke, electric choke hooked up. We're gonna call that a win. What are we idling at here? Oh gosh, we're probably 800. Probably need to pop that up a little bit, but we're okay for now. Let's get this turned off. And folks, we're gonna wrap this video up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for going on this journey with me, because you know, we're taking this car to Hot Rod Power Tour again this year, 2024. It starts in Bowling Green, goes to Nashville, goes to Louisville, and then I think it's somewhere up in Ohio, and then ends in Indianapolis. So this thing's got to be ready. And the next thing we're going to do is probably start working. I think I'm gonna go with shorty headers. From a price standpoint, and from the fact that it's hit or miss with the high performance exhaust manifolds for a C-body. I think I'm just gonna cut to it and get the shorty headers. It's under 300 bucks. Go ahead and get some. I need to open all this up now. I got all these modifications, but that I'm sure that exhaust is restricting a lot of that horsepower. So anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Thanks for walking the journey with me again. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Be blessed.